everyone, welcome to another edition of Angry TV with me, Dom. I am back in the studio, not outside underneath a broken car for a change, so that's good. So this is a video about a watch purchase. I've not done one of these for a little while, so I've probably forgotten how to do them. But I am still very much invested in the G-Shock scene. But there just hasn't been anything that's really grabbed my attention over the last, well, 18 months. It's been a succession of black, boring, grey, rehashed nonsense. And when I got into G-Shock collecting, there was so much cool stuff. They would put real effort in. There was real cool designs and different things. But the last 18 months have just been rubbish. And what they have released, the good stuff, has been just ridiculously expensive. I mean, come on. £5 for a metal square. You'd have to be clinically insane. You really would. There's just no point. The other reason I've not really been buying G-Shock so much is this. My Apple Watch Ultra, which is telling me to stand up because I'm lazy. This is, I don't know. I need to do another video on this, but it's just kind of ruined everything. It's such a complete watch. It just does everything brilliantly. And I've barely taken it off. Which means my G-Shock collection has pretty much become kind of my weekend collection. But that's okay, because it's nice to wear something different at weekends. Anyway, moving on swiftly, because that's 1 minute and 40 seconds of guff. I have bought something new that I have had my eye on for absolutely ages. Now this might surprise you, but it's a watch I've already bought once and sold. But I missed it. And there was a colourway of this watch that I really loved, but I've never been able to find one. So one popped up on one of the G-Shock groups that I'm part of the other week, and it was the right price at the right time, and I had it, and I just had to have it. So here it is. We are going to unbox another GWG-2000. Now you'll remember that I bought one of these when they first came out, went up to Carnaby Street, got a really great deal on it, but it sat in the display case and I just didn't really wear it, so I sold it, and I don't really know why. I think the problem is because it was a 600 quid G-Shock, I was a bit worried about damaging it, and I need to get out of that mindset, and you should too. Life's too short not to wear nice watches and stuff. We buy these things, they're built to take a beating, so we should be wearing them. So I bought this one, obviously it's second hand, which is fine, but I've bought it with a different mindset. I'm actually going to wear this and enjoy it and use it, and you should too. So we're going to unbox this. It is a second-hand watch. I have no issues that it's genuine at all. You'll see why in a minute. There aren't really fakes of these doing the rounds anyway, but this is just, it's fine. It's from a great member on the site. I know it's legit. It doesn't have the tag, but it has everything else. So yeah, I'm completely confident this is a genuine watch. You can just tell by looking at it that it's fine. So this is the GWG-2000-1A5ER. Now this is the colourway that I really loved. So we're going to just unbox and see what's in here. So we have all the usual stuff. We have all the Casio paperwork and instructions that I never read. Warranty card, so again, all good. We also have this, which if it was dodgy and if it was fake, we wouldn't have. So we've got one of these. It's a little display thing that you're supposed to prop up and put your watch in front of it. So that's pretty cool. Also have one of these, which I have never read in my life ever, and I'm not about to start now. So in the box, it's a larger box than usual. We're still using this kind of deserty camo type thing. These are the new tins if you've not seen them. For the premium watches, I still think for a watch that retails at 700 quid, this is not good enough. This is cheap, nasty, and I just don't think it's a 700 quid piece of packaging. But there you go, that's my personal opinion. So all in here, this is the kind of thing that you get when you buy a posh G-Shock. You get it in a plastic bag. It would normally have a tag attached to it, but as I said, it's not there. So the colourway that I love and have always loved is this one. It's the desert camo. It's not really camo, but it's kind of that. It's kind of that desert sand colourway. Now I just love it. just kind of works. It's like it's a tough watch. It just looks quite classy, this one. I just thought with the red and green version that I had before, I just didn't think it looked that great. The sort of the accents on it, the red accents where the sand coloured ones on these, it just stuck out a bit like a sore thumb. And I just think this watch is a little bit better resolved. It's just lovely. It just feels, if you've ever handled a cheap G-Shock and then you handle one like this that's quite expensive, you can instantly tell that this is a better product. So obviously with this one, it's a GWG, so it's solar powered, it's got barometer, altimeter, millions of alarms, millions of stopwatches, compass, all that stuff, and it's all operated on these buttons here. Then you've got your altimeter, this changes the display, that's a barometer I think it is, day, date, all of that stuff. And then what have we got down here? So this is the compass, this one. It's been a while since I've done one of these, I've got to remember how the camera focus, but obviously you move around and your compass moves around with you. Completely useless, never going to use it. What else have we got down here? This is the altimeter. Here tells you how far above you are above sea level. I'm actually at the seaside, so not very high above the sea at all here. So that's good. It's just a nice watch. It looks good, and it's got all the functionality you need. None of it you're ever going to use. The fact that it's solar powered is pretty neat as well. But it's just a nicely engineered product. You've got a nice texture on the strap, like a sort of a checkered pattern on the strap there. On the back, obviously, it's one of these carbon core guard jobbies. The buttons are nice and big and chunky, but the colours, they all just kind of work together in a way that I just didn't think the other one did that well. It's just a really nice bit of kit. So I paid, what did I pay for this? I think I paid $3.50 for it, so less than half of retail, and as you can see, there ain't a mark on it. So that was a bit of a result. So these bargains are out there. You don't have to pay. This is the thing on my channel. I'm tight. I don't like paying retail for things. I'll always find a discount code, and there are plenty of them floating around if you have a look and you do a bit of digging. There's generally 15% off a G-Shock. There's 10% if you sign up for the newsletter. So why anyone would pay £700 for that new when you can instantly get 10% off is just beyond me. But there are bargains out there to be had like this. Okay, I'm going to pop it on so you can see what it looks like on my wrist. I'll take the Apple Watch off. This is my Ultra, currently busting Snoopy. Nice, but you're not here to watch that, you're here to watch G-Shocks. So this is what it looks like on the wrist, this one. So that's it on the wrist. So I've got wrists that are about 7 inches. It is a big, chunky, hefty beast. But it just looks pocket, just kind of looks nice. Feels really nice. It feels really comfortable. You can feel, again, with a more expensive G-Shock, you can feel that materials are a bit more. They're just a bit more premium. They're just a bit nicer. Everything's just a bit better made. If you compare that to something like, compare that to something like this, GA-2100, and it just feels cheap and nasty, and everything's a bit cheap and nasty. And this just isn't. It just feels better, feels nicer, feels more solid, feels like it's, again, this is the thing with my video that's gone absolutely mad. The first one's just reached some crazy viewing figures, so thanks for that. But it is, I think, the GWG-2000 is worth the money. Now, I've got my eye on the new GWG-1000 as well. I particularly like the red one, which is exclusive to G-Shock, which is annoying, because it means you won't be able to get a discount on it too much. And I will probably add that to my collection at some point next year, but I just haven't had the funds to do it. And again, it's another £700 watch. But to me, that level of G-Shock just kind of looks like it's worth the money. And if you're in the G-Shock community and you know about these things, you kind of get it. You kind of get what they're about. This level of G-Shock is for kind of like people just getting into it. People like me who've been into it for years now. This is kind of where it sits for me. This kind of, between the kind of £300 and £1,000 mark is kind of where I'm happy spending money. Anything over £1,000 for a G-Shock is just ridiculous. I don't care what anybody says. You would have to be stark raving mental to spend £1,000 on a G-Shock. It's a digital watch. Go and buy something decent. You can buy a nice mechanical watch for that. It's just I just don't get it. I kind of get the 5, 6, 7 grand ones because they are super special. Kind of get that, but that 1 to 5 grand, I just don't. They're just not worth the money. They are just not. Go and buy an MTG. Have a look at my reviews of like MTGs and even the G Steels. I bought a G Steel a few years ago and it was absolutely lovely. And I thought it was every bit as good as my £1,000 MTG that I bought and sold because I didn't wear that either. So I'm kind of there. That's right. I'm kind of like the £300, £1,000. I think if you're serious about collecting G-Shocks, that's a really nice area to sit. If you've got 5, 6, 7 grand to go and spend on one of the super duper ones, good for you. But I certainly wouldn't be spending more than £1,000, 2, 3. I just don't get it. I just don't get those watches. I bought a beautiful Tudor watch for just over £3,000, and it absolutely pisses on anything that G-Shock make at that level. Fact. End of discussion. And no, you can't smack it into a brick wall, but you wouldn't do that for £3,000 G-Shock either. So there you go. So now, this is a quick and a bit roamy unboxing of the GWG-2000 in the desert colourway. Come on, focus. I'm going to have to do some B-roll. And I think that is by far the best colourway of this watch. So if you haven't seen one of these, I hope this video has been helpful for you. I've got a couple more G-Shock reviews to do, and I'm also going to do a video about why I love my Ultra and why it's ruined my G-Shock collection. So I shall do that. Look out for that one. There will be more watch stuff coming and a bit more gadgety stuff. I know I've gone a bit off track with cars and things, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm kind of into different things, and that's how the channel's evolved. But anyway, if you like this sort of thing, do please click subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you for another video soon.